Hi, it's Jen. Today I wanted to share with you a tag pocket that I make for my journals. And so what it is just a tag, and then I had folded it down, and then you just take ribbon, and then you open it up, and then you have a space to do your journaling, and then you have space for tags in the back as well. And I like to do this pocket on scrapbooking paper, so that way it doesn't take up any room for journaling on computer paper. But I like doing it here too because I can put a picture right here, and then these journal tags can talk about the picture. And then as well, I just wanted to show you quickly here what I did with this one. It was just a paper cut off. And then all I did is I ripped it down here, so that way the top would be shorter than the bottom. And then I just put a like a tab at the top. And then this can be a journaling tag as well. And so today I'm just going to share with you the measurements for my tag. Now you can sew this onto your page if you wanted, but I didn't want to with this one just because of my, I like this page behind here. I wanted to keep it clean and neat, so you could for sure do sewing on your tag before you glue it in your book, but I just glued mine in. Now I wish I would have did more layering on the front here, so my next ones I'm going to do a lot more layering. And so I'll just do this bow back up again. I'm enjoying the fall coming. The weather is just, it's my favorite season. Hope you're all doing well. Alright, so the tag that I'm using, it's 3 1/8 by 6 1/4. Now this is a Tim Holtz tag. I'm going to write down the Bigz die that I have that cut this out. And then also, if you can see here, I did the reinforcements right here. Now I do these out of material because I like to put different materials while I do different projects, so that way things feel differently. And so this is material, and I did use a Tim Holtz Bigz die for this as well. And I will list that down below for you. Because I find that thinlits don't cut material very well, and so I find that Tim Holtz's Bigz die, it cuts it really well. And but I'll more onto that after. So you can do this with any tag shape you want, and you could even use a non-tag shape. But what I did is I put my tag in my scoreboard at the 6 1/4 mark, and then I scored it at 2 3/4. And then you just score, use your bone folder, and then I inked around all my tag. And then what you do, I was just going to quickly show you, is you put your ribbon, and I like to crinkle my seam binding. I don't know why, I like the look of it a lot better. And then you put it around the back, so it's in the front tag hole, and then you loop it around the back. Now what I do, you don't have to glue the ribbon down, but I do because usually my seam binding is crinkled, and so just to make life easier, I'll just quickly do it now. I don't know how big this is going to be, but I'm just going to put a line of tape down the center, and then just stretch this out as far as I can. And then that way it's nice and smooth. And the reason I do that is because when you have your tag in your book and you're putting your tags in the pocket, you don't want it getting stuck on anything. And so that's why I tape mine down. And to be honest with you, I haven't had any problems with this at all. So I just put glue down the back, and then you take it to the front, and then you can just tie your bow. And I find this, I like having a lot of things. As you can see in my videos, I like having a lot of interaction in my journals. So I have a lot of things that you need to open and just discover. It's just, I don't know if anybody else is like that. I just like having that option of opening things, and there we go. Sorry. I don't know, but it's always on camera when you can't do the perfect bow. But anyway, so just tie it up, and then you can go ahead and decorate your front. And I thought, and I wanted to show you here, you don't have to keep this open for you to see. I can just glue this down right in front of it, and I think that looks really cute as well. And another way, you don't have to put them in your book north to south. You can also put it in your book east to west. And I think that looks so adorable like that. Well, I guess it would be neat to look it on a different page. It would look just as good going like this. But the only thing that you'll need to keep in mind is if you do put it in your book from east to west, I'm going to still glue mine and have my pocket coming out here. Just a second. I will just get a tag. Because I'm going to have my pocket go out this way. Because if I have my pocket going up and down north to south, we have this ribbon on the back, and I've never tried doing a pocket that way, but I don't want it getting caught on the ribbon. And because eventually, if you do that, it will eventually come apart. So what I thought, if you desired your tag to go from east to west, and what you could do is you could sew a piece of ribbon right here on the edge, and then on the end right here. So I would sew it on the back side, but just put, so this wouldn't be here, so you'd have this piece and just sew it right here, and then a separate piece and sew it right on the other edge. And then you could have your pocket going from north to south, because that way there'll be no ribbon right here. And so that's what I would do if you plan to have your pocket on the top when you put your tag east to west. And so that's what I wanted to share with you today. It's such a fun pocket to have in a journal. It's very interactive, and I really enjoy it. So I hope that you liked that, and it is super fun. You can do it with all different size tags, and I was even thinking you can do this same sort of step with file folders as well. But one thing that I wanted to quickly mention before I'm done is I wanted to show you, and now I mentioned before about using material for my reinforcement tabs. Now what I do before I cut my material is I use heat and bond, and what that is, it's like a glue, and you iron it on. Well, what I do is I take a little strip of material, I put heat and bond, I iron that onto the back of the material, and then I put the material into the Bigz die and run it through the Big Shot, and then it cuts out the reinforcements like a dream. And then all I do is I iron on the reinforcements tabs. And so I do use a lot of heat and bond with material, and that way the material still feels like material and not just glue. And so I just wanted to share that little tip with you. And that is all for today. I hope everybody's having a good week, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.